So today, emptying and cleaning out the Hotbin Composter and tidying up the Nepeta in the kitchen garden. Well, hello. Happy Mother's Day, first of all, and happy St. Patrick's weekend. There have been parades in every city and town in Ireland, and we went to our local one as well. It was a great atmosphere and a great day out overall. Now, last time I mentioned the cold spell of weather we were due, and boy, didn't come, well, more snow than cold. And for the amount of it, it was actually all gone in 2 days. So back to today's jobs though, and I better get my cap and gloves because it is freezing. So this Hotbin is a standard sized one. Mark II, I believe, is the name of it. But Hotbin also has a mini version, which is about half the size of this one. And now they also have a bigger sized version available, at least over twice the size of this. Anyway, I've had it for about 3 years now, and it has served us very well as a kitchen waste composter, especially during the winter months. It is very tidy, clean and compact sized. Now I am going to be cleaning it out today as it is not creating enough heat anymore. As you see it has become more of a wormery than a Hotbin composter. So the last time I cleaned it out was in November, and now we're coming into a lean period where I wouldn't have enough of material to keep feeding it to retain the microbial activity. I've gotten used to it, and from about May I will restart the process of feeding it again. Because it is made out of polystyrene, I do need to be careful with my shovel as I don't want to damage the inner walls. The compost is really dense but doesn't smell, which is what you want, and I can see it's filled with worm castings. Now the crazy thing is, as you see, there is no bare soil anywhere. It's all mulched with stone. Everywhere around the composter it's stone. But the worms have made their way into it and have really settled in. There are tiny baby worms everywhere inside of it. Any of the freshest, not composted at all materials can go into the new large pallet composter while this one is taking a break. There is a handy tap for the compost liquid, which you can gather at any time while the composter is in use. Just dilute it down and feed it to your extra hungry plants like rhubarb, cabbages, pumpkins or tomatoes. I also don't want to lose any of the fine silted material, so I'm going to move the whole bin onto a veg bed and let the runoff feed the soil there. Every part of the composter except for the lid gets a proper hose down. And I always make sure the bottom layer aeration holes are thoroughly clean. I leave it to drip dry then for a while and then reassemble it all again. Now this Nepeta is a large variety. It's called Six Hills Giant, but I highly recommend that you would introduce at least one variety of Nepeta to your garden. There's plenty of them that come in much smaller sizes and that are less vigorous or aggressive in the way they might spread in the soil. But they're absolutely adored by the pollinators, and it just looks stunning during the summer as well. It's so hard to imagine, isn't it, that there was so much green growth under all this dead material, because it was just impossible to see that the growth was so tall, and you see how tall the mature plant is, so a good indication how tall this new growth is also going to be. But all I'm going to do now is just do a bit of weeding, get out any kind of little weeds that are here, and then just sprinkle a bit more of a fresh compost around the plant and inside here, and that's it. There is no other maintenance about it. Now, if I wanted to actually divide this plant, I could do it now. Usually I would tend to do something like that in autumn because it's easier to get it established. It's quite a hungry or thirsty plant, so autumn time would be easier, as you could get quite a dry spring or obviously dry summer. So I find autumn time a bit easier to get these things settled, but it would be just very clear at the moment to see where the plant is, where I could divide it, and then you just have to nurture it a bit more during the summer season. As you see in autumn, I don't cut back any of the foliage, but if you have your mindset that you're going to divide it in autumn, just do cut it back in autumn. It makes no difference to the plant. I just like to leave it there as a bit of a, I suppose, winter interest, or a bit of a structure for winter, rather than having everything bare, because there's so much gravel and sort of walk areas here already. So this is just a sort of a nice divider in this central area. So that's it. The jobs are done for today. Yeah? Is it game time? Do you think it's a game time now? Oh God, okay. Okay, come on, so let's take it. Let's take it all.